This is the Herd Line News.
He wasn't going to be ready. Why did you trade up to draft him?
Yeah, you traded up. That is the danger. You also, there's something to be said, they call it, Joy, the temperature of the room.
Yep.
Okay, Brian Gutekunst knew Aaron's not easy.
Correct.
Like, it's not, and by the way, even the quarterbacks viewed as team guys, Brady, they're human. Like, right, they've got egos, right? He didn't want Garoppolo in the building.
Correct.
So you've got an obvious situation where Aaron needs a little more attention. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Some guys do. It's okay. When you're the best, arguably, in your sport, you need a little love. Okay. Get him a lounge chair in the locker room with his name on it. Whatever you got to do. I don't care. But you don't.
You do not.
Move up to get his position. Then you can't blame anybody a year later when it goes sideways. This is on the GM.
I truly don't know what reaction they expected Aaron Rodgers to have. It's like when you know someone, everyone in our lives, we know how they are, right? You spend enough time with someone, you get to know them. You don't expect them to be someone other than they are. That's a waste of your time.
We think Russell Wilson and Brady are team guys, and they have shown us in the last couple of years they want respect. That
doesn't mean that they're not team guys. It means that they're the best at what they do, and they want things done their way. And maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but try and do it without them.
That's right.
See how that goes for you. So the 49ers did not trade away Jimmy Garoppolo, despite drafting Trey Lance with the 3rd overall pick. And John Lynch said the weekend played out exactly as they were hoping it would.
That was our preference to draft a quarterback and keep Jimmy. And, provided that, someone didn't come and just completely blow us away. And, they gave us that commitment that, yeah, we could do that. And we're happy to have that situation right now because we believe it's a very strong one.
Yeah, if Jimmy's upright, they're a Super Bowl team.
Well,
they're a top 3. I mean, if I said tomorrow, Garoppolo plays the entire season, Joy. Tampa, San Francisco, Kansas City, favorites to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah. I mean, San Francisco had so many injuries outside of Jimmy last year. I mean, we remember we put the graphic up.
Yeah.
It was like 17 guys. So we're obviously focusing on the fact that Jimmy was injured, but they had a lot of injuries throughout the season. So they're going to get a healthier roster back overall next year. But Jimmy's entering the 4th year of his 5-year deal that runs through 2022. So he has a cap hit of $26.4 million in 2021 and $27 million in 2022. So he's owed a combined $51 million over the next 2 seasons, but there's no guaranteed money left on his deal. So he'll be an unrestricted free agent in 2023. So ideally, if we are to believe what John just said, they're going to keep Jimmy for this year. And then next year, if they move him, it's not going to be, there's no guaranteed money on the books. And Trey Lance will have been able to sit. We all know he didn't play last year. He only has 17 starts in college.
Right.
So this is the perfect situation if Jimmy can be healthy.
Yeah.
However, if Jimmy is not healthy, you put Trey out there. That's part of getting a rookie quarterback is that you have essentially 3 years. That's the window that pretty much everyone agrees on is what you need for a rookie quarterback to develop. So if Jimmy isn't healthy, you took Trey 3rd overall for a reason.
Yeah.
There wasn't no guarantee that Jimmy was going to be there. As he said, if someone offered him a trade for Jimmy, they were going to trade him. So I think it's a perfect situation for San Francisco. And I think the fan base is very excited for
yeah.
Trey.
I mean, you and I said this. And I don't know if this is true, but it's been discussed. The Mac Jones rumors got it wasn't just tepid. The vitriol. People were like, no, not going to happen. So to me, and you can say it doesn't matter, folks.
It does matter.
It matters. I mean, if you don't think it matters, then look at some of the moves New England, Belichick has made the day they brought Cam in. Remember the day there was going to be bad news for the Patriots, publicly bad news? They brought Cam in that day. And that's Belichick, who's unfireable. Don't kid yourself. Getting crushed all day on KNBR in San Francisco for 9 hours a day on radio for 4 months is not good business for organizations.
No, and we talked about this a little bit last week. It's the difference between having influence and forcing decisions. Like, fans do have an influence on what you do.
Yeah.
That's what pays the bills, is the fans. Like, those are the people that are in your building.
They're
Those are the people
customers.
that buy merchandise. Yes, it's your customers. So you should pay attention to them. Doesn't mean that they need to make the decision for you. And it's probably a little unfair to Mac Jones, but I think all in all, everyone landed in the perfect situation for them.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is with the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick. So it was a big year for quarterbacks in the draft. 8 were taken in the first 3 rounds, which is the most in draft history. The previous record was 7 in 3 rounds, which has happened 6 times in the common draft era. And most recently in 2012, we are showing the list of the quarterbacks selected in the first rounds. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields at 11, Mac Jones at 15, Kyle Trask at 64, Kellen Mond at 66, which Trent just mentioned is the sleeper in this draft in the 3rd round, and Davis Mills at 67 to the Texans.
Now, only 2 of the 8 will be playing day 1, Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson.
Yes.
And we know historically the first 2 quarterbacks taken almost never go 2 for 2. So one of the easiest predictions is that of the first 2 quarterbacks taken, 1 will fail. And I don't think it's going to be Trevor Lawrence. I thought Jacksonville went big offense in the draft, and he's in a good spot in a quirky division.
Well, I mean, the division for the AFC East is not what it used to be. I mean, it used to be a disaster for years and years, which is part of the reason that the Patriots were able to take advantage of it.
Not anymore.
It's not the same anymore, and it's all new. It's all brand new. Now, I think that they should be patient. I don't have high expectations, although I'm very interested to see what Zach Wilson looks like and what Robert Saleh does with that defense. And there's a lot of interesting stories what the ceiling is and the potential, for them to develop this year. There's not so many, because there are some great rosters who, you just look at Tampa bringing everyone back. So Trevor Lawrence was locked in as the Jags' choice with the first overall pick long before his name was called, and now he also leads the way in Offensive Rookie of the Year odds. According to Fox Bets, Lawrence is the favorite at plus 250. Justin Fields is second, plus 400. Zach Wilson, plus 450, above Trey Lance and Mac Jones. But he is going to be playing, and we're not expecting Mac Jones or Trey Lance to be playing week 1. So that's probably why he has higher odds than Justin Fields, obviously, as we discussed earlier. I think he's going to be out there a lot earlier than they are talking about. But
I'll give you a total dark horse. If Christian McCaffrey got banged up a little, watch Chuba Hubbard for Carolina. See, he was a running back at Oklahoma State. What's that?
Well, I'm surprised Kyle Pitts is not
Chuba Hubbard, my bad. He has a little fumble issue. That kid is not a 4th-round talent. Like, that kid can flat play. Just watch him in Carolina. He will get, because they don't want to put a ton of pressure on Darnold with a brand new system.
Right.
So watch him. I thought that was a great 4th-round pick.
I think Kyle Pitts is obviously.
Oh, you're right. Kyle Pitts. Boom. That's it.
Yeah.
He wasn't on the board?
Well, I mean, we just have the top 5. But the last
Kyle Pitts,
quarterback to win the award was Saquon in 2018, and then Odell was in 2000. Last non-quarterback and non-running back was Odell in 2014. So
let's find out where Kyle Pitts is. Joy's right. That's your dark horse bet. He's going to be a 70-catch guy.
Yeah, I think he's.
Plus, he's so heralded. His story's good.
Yeah,
he's not coming from nowhere. We're all gonna, and he's got a veteran quarterback, so he's going to have a big year.
He's plus 1,000. So I'm gonna go take my monies over there right now.
Go buy a boat today. That's an easy one. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Line News.
If you're tired of LeBron James, I'm not, but many of you are, it could be working in your favor. LeBron suddenly looks old. Really